introduction. I want to introduce. We'll bring him on.
Let's go.
Stone Cold Steve
He
Nelson. What's
said
going on?
Stone Cold.
So cold, so cold.
So cold. No, yeah. What's up, man?
What's going on, bro? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Just finishing up my hard day of working out, man.
Word up, yeah,
another,
man.
another day in the bag.
The grind never stops, right?
Never. No days off, man. 7 days a week.
So Steve, you got the big fight January 25th against Diego Pacheco in Las Vegas at the Cosmopolitan. And we gotta talk what's out here. They're not giving you a chance, overlooking you, and you're kind of in that boat where they already talking about his future plans if he's deemed victorious over you. How does Steve Nelson get the win done January 25th and stop Diego Pacheco's future plans?
I mean, that's like my whole life, man. Like, outside of boxing has always been like that. I've always been, slept on and always had to prove myself and always had to work my way from the back end, and seeing my counterparts always getting, the getting promoted and getting the things that I deserve when I can look at them like, man, I'm either better or just as good as these guys. And like I said, that's outside of boxing. That's been since I was a kid, man. Like even with my cousins and family, man. Like it's always been like that. So it's nothing new for me. It's just another thing I'm gonna have to do to show the world and put them on notice. Like, dang, man, like how we missed this dude.
And then when you consider this fight, the training acumen, the more, believe it or not, you're more experienced. So is you feel like you have something in the bag to surprise them? You ain't got to tell me everything yet. We don't got to put that out there, but is there something that you feel like they're overlooking that comes out to play?
It's
that
a
will
lot
be shown on January 25th.
Like even with the general fans, people be like, "Oh, he 36. He been in the game for a long time." They don't realize like I didn't start boxing. I didn't walk into a boxing gym until I was 21 years old. It's not like I've been doing this my whole life. So, but I've always been the type of person where I'm very analytical. I look at whatever I'm doing, which is why they call me so cold because I do so many different things. I look at what I'm doing and I figure out, okay, what's the best way to do this and what's the mission? And I'm a hyper focus on that and like I'm prepared for whatever he brings to the game. That's the thing about it. Like nothing he brings is going to be surprising to me.
Yeah, and Steven, what's up, man? It's David from PYP.
Yeah.
Diego's a tall 168 pounder, man. He's 6'4", right? Does that height concern you at all? Like, because I've sparred dudes that are tall, man, and when they know how to use their height, it can be real tricky in there.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm prepared for all. I got every sparring partner I got is 6'3" and up.
All right.
And they all different types of 6'3" and up. I got some strong. I got some 210-pound guys. I got some 190 guys that can box, and I had a statue. And I got some smaller guys that can box their ass off that know how to move from 154 to 160. I got everybody. So it's like I said, I'm preparing for everything. I'm preparing for whatever he brings. And my whole boxing career, I've always fought guys that were taller and tall and amateurs and everything. So I just got to use what I gotta do. Use my footwork, use my speed, in and out game. Like I said, I got everything. And I got so many tools that if people go off of like the videos they seen of me on YouTube, they're gonna be surprised. because I'm the type of person where um, if the job calls for a screwdriver and a hammer, that's all I'm bringing.
Yo,
And
Chris,
I haven't been in the ring with anybody that made me
How you
pull all
doing,
my
Dave?
tools out.
okay, yeah, and jumping on that a little bit, I've read somewhere that you're a barber, a mechanic, and a tattoo artist. Like you're a man of many skills.
Oh,
Uh,
that's only like 10% of what I do, man. From pilot to man, everything, tattoo, everything. Like anything I put my hands on that I find interest in, and I hyper focus on it, I'm going to accomplish it. And for this fight, like I'm looking at him like he the greatest fighter that ever lived. In my eyes, that's how I'm training. I'm not going in here looking at his weaknesses. I'm looking at everything he does good. I'm training for everything he does good. I'm not taking him lightly. I rather overestimate than underestimate any opponent.
yeah, man, and that's a testament to your team, man, because you got a really good team. Being from Omaha, Nebraska, right?
Yeah,
Home of pound for pound great Bud Crawford, who's a really good friend of yours.
yeah.
Um, Tell us a little bit about how far back you go with Bud, Bomac, Coach Red, and SAU.
So, Bud, I grew up and Bud was always like a name you would hear. Like this boxer, growing up. I finally met Bud. I think I like 11. We were out. We grew up in the same like neighborhood. I finally met Bud at a park, and he was just messing with everybody, going around just messing with everybody. Had everybody at the park putting gloves on and fighting and stuff. And I was always the one that was like, "Come on, I'll go. You know what I mean? Go with whoever. Street fighting." I've always been the fighter, and always had a relationship with Bud growing up. And when I went to the military, you know, that's what changed my life, going to the military. And Bud, boxing for him. When I went to the military, long story short, I got deployed, came back from deployment, gained some weight, and I wanted to do something that was going to keep me in shape. So I started boxing. Bud was the first person I called, like, "Hey, bro, I'm boxing now." And I called him out, like, "Hey, I wanna get some work." He's like, "Nah, man, it's different, dude. It's different. It's different." I'm like, "Man, no, I'm ready. I'm out here beating there right up." And I was in North Carolina, and and from the first week I went to the gym, everybody was like, "Man, like, dang, you naturally good. Like, for you to be your first week, everybody was like, man, surprised." And I was like beating up the pros and beating up all the amateurs around there, and I was doing my thing, but I'm like, man, Bud Small, I could beat him up, go home, and it was different. Getting there at the ring with Bud, it was different. But that ignited something in me that made me go back and be like, man, I gotta get like that. And I focused even better, even more. And when I came home the following year and I sparred Bud, he was like, man, like you a whole different fighter. Like you different, dude. And ever since then, we've been locked in, like been pushing each other, sparring. Like I was one of his main sparring partners all through his pro career until now, and we bounced off each other, man. That's my brother. Like I won't even say bro, that's my brother.
Word up, man. I got one
And
more,
that
Chris. This
that
last one, man. One
nah,
more,
yeah,
one more,
yeah,
one.
do your thing.
No, I've
Yeah,
seen a
my
lot
boy
of your ring
cooking. He
entrances,
cooking.
bro. One
Yeah,
more, one more. I know
Let him cook.
you do a lot of ring entrances and shit. Like you came out as Hannibal,
yeah,
Michael Myers, and my favorite was the Show Enough from the Last Dragon. That was
yeah.
dope. Do you got something planned for your fight with Diego Pacheco? Anything special, or is
So
it all business?
so hold on, let me add to that too. For people who don't know, I make my own I make my own boxing uniforms, and that's why I come out with different characters. Cause every fight, I'm like, man, like I grew up watching movies and been inspired by so many different people and characters, and always like dreamed that I was Blade and Spider Man and everything. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna use this. And I'm gonna make my own uniforms, and I've been making every uniform since I've been pro. And yeah, every fight, like everything I do is calculated. So every fight, every uniform goes with what I'm dealing with at this time in my life, or what I'm feeling towards the fight, or it resonates with the fight. And this one right here is going to resonate with the fight.
All right. Steve, I got my boy X, Fight Night X. Got my other co-host here. If make X, you got any questions for So Cold?
Steve, what it do, my brother? Peace and blessings, man. Peace
Yes,
and
sir.
blessings. It's time to get back in action, Steve. I know I'm a little behind. I don't know if you spoke on, but you was out the ring for a minute. Was it an injury? What has we have? I know you was doing your thing. You was kicking ass on Top Rank. We were seeing you on ESPN heavy, and
Yeah.
then you got low for a minute. Is it due to injury?
Yeah, I had some good momentum with Top Rank and stuff, and I tore my Achilles. I didn't like make a wrong move in training and like that. It was from lack of taking care of myself. I thought I was like a bionic man. Like I said, I do so many different things. So I was getting up every day, 6, 7 in the morning, building stuff, fixing stuff for people, just up on my feet, doing stuff, going to the gym, have my bags in the car, leave the gym, go back to doing work, moving around, go back to the gym, go back to fixing stuff, building stuff, and everything. And I never was stretching. I wasn't resting my body. I wasn't, warming up right. I thought I was like Superman. And one day I was in the gym and I was just bouncing around the ring, having fun, and just heard a loud pop, pow.
Shit.
And I was like, man, it felt like somebody hit the back of my leg with a stick. So I thought like somebody was behind me, hit me. I looked back, nobody was back there. And I'm like, damn, maybe I
Oh,
fell to the ring. I looked down, the floor was flat, and then I took a step and I realized that I tore my Achilles. And that took me out the game, but it taught me a lot. It taught me a lot about myself and about um, taking care of my body, taking care of myself, and listening to, because I've always been like caveman style when it comes to like recovery and taking care of myself. So people like, man, listen to your doctor, listen to your PT, your physical therapist, and I did, and I bounced back like half the time that they expected me to come back. Not into the boxing game, but just back to moving and stuff like that. It took me a minute to get back because I had promotional issues, and when Bud fell out with Top Rank, it kind of affected me in my career. So I was out the game for 2 years until Bud went with Black Prime. Well,
yeah.
no, BLK Prime. And we got that fight, and that was my first fight back after being out the ring for 2 years after we both left Top Rank. Um, so it was a little time, but everything I do, man, I be like happen for a reason, and I learned so much. That's when I started flying planes. That's when I started doing stand up comedy. It was so much that opened up for me to focus on outside of boxing.
Ooh. So we got the
That's
last
awesome. That's
message.
awesome.
What's the last message for So Cold? What's the last message? What is the article's gonna say January 26th? What does the article say about Steven So Cold Nelson January
Man,
26th?
it's January 25th is gonna be the day that the general public is gonna realize that there's an amazing person in this world that can do so much, and this is gonna be my debut. This is what's gonna be the time where people be like, man, like, who is this dude? Like, and they're gonna look in, they're gonna learn so much about Steven So Cold in the ring, in this outside the ring. And sometimes I sit back, I'm like, dude, it seems like Diego is a cool guy. I wish I had some beef with him, because
But
when
he's
I'm
in your
coming,
way though. He's in your way. You're in his
he in my
way.
way, man, and it's like he's got to be the one that I got to set the example for, and I got to show the world like I'm not nothing to play with, man. And they can look at all these numbers and the age and all that stuff. If they banking on that, they're gonna have a long night. If
My
they
guys,
thinking
any
the
que-
age and everything, or not, me not being promoted is gonna make a difference, it's not.
right, I appreciate your time, my guys. Any questions before we let the bro go?
Nah, man, you got a prediction, man?
Ooh.
Other than victory, you got? Is there a way you thinking about winning this fight? Because you stopped 6 of
No,
your last 7 opponents. So
yeah, I'm a religious man, and I leave it in God's hands. And I'm going there, and what I can guarantee is I'm going to do my thing, man. I'm telling you, like, that's one thing that I know I'm going to do. And I'm not going to make a prediction because that's cliche to me, but you guys want to tune in and just see
We
what I
gonna be
come
there.
with.
Actually, there's a good chance we gonna be there live. So
Oh yeah, for sure,
you'll
man.
definitely be seeing us live. We'll definitely will be live covering your fights.
I
You
appreciate
know,
all the support. I appreciate all the doubters and the supporters and they're all equal to me because they all push me. The
what up,
supporters
man?
and the doubters, everybody pushed me to be great.
it's gonna be a good fight, and we definitely they're gonna be there to support you. I appreciate your time, bro. Enjoy your holidays. Rest up. We will see you in Vegas for the big fight. Take care, my brother. And I
Thank you.
appreciate your
Same to you
time once
guys
again.
too. Appreciate y'all. So cold out, baby.
Already.
All right, peace, man.